All right, in today's video, we're going to talk about the massive New Jersey problem that no one is talking about. Essentially, the issue with this state is once you leave, you end up wanting to come back. That's right. In New Jersey, when people leave, they want to come back. Now that I'm 6 years into my real estate career, I'm actually astounded by how many times I've seen this time and time again and how consistent it is, because there isn't too many cases where people leave New Jersey and end up loving where they are. I've seen it when people go to Austin, Texas. I have a couple friends, and also San Diego. And what I find is that the real reason that they're okay with not coming back is because they find love in these new places. But at the end of the day, people with established lives, good careers, if they want to take a new job opportunity somewhere else, they end up wanting to come back to New Jersey. And why is this? It's because people won't believe me, but New Jersey is a great freaking place, especially Bergen County, which is right next to New York City. The access that you have to everything that you need is second to none. It's incredible. People end up moving to New Jersey thinking they're going to hate it, and they end up spending the rest of their life here. It's so easy to go into the nuclear family in New Jersey. It's so easy to advance in your career and find amazing job opportunities. So essentially what happens is people leave New Jersey for a number of reasons. The first reason that they leave is in search of greener pastures. The grass is always greener on the other side. So they head out, maybe North Carolina, maybe Florida. Those are definitely hot spots for Jersey expats. And they get a good job there. They take an opportunity. They get a nice place. Very proud of themselves for getting a 3-bedroom house, renting it for $1,700, where in New Jersey you cannot even get a 1-bedroom for that. So people are pretty stoked about that. Another reason is the weather. People love to complain about the weather in New Jersey, but I've lived in many places. I've lived in Southeast Asia in extreme heat year round. I've lived in California, pure bliss year round. The beauty about New Jersey is you get 4 seasons, and this is something that's hard to explain unless you actually have experienced it. But essentially it allows you to keep track of your life in a more routine way. You understand how quickly time is moving, where you go to these other places, especially coming from New Jersey, and time just feels like Groundhog Day. Every day feels the same. So a lot of people leave in search of greener pastures, but they realize like everything is feeling the same, bland, monotonous in all of these other places, especially in the United States. And reason number 3 people leave New Jersey is really because of expenses, right? They say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. New Jersey is literally like New York's porch, like right here. So it's tough to make it in Jersey. It is expensive, but people, I think, take it for granted when you're from here. So if you move away, yeah, you can make less money than you're gonna make in Jersey, but live a better life because everything costs less. But the reason things cost so much in New Jersey is because it's worth it. So what happens when you get settled in to your new destination? There's a series of copes that people like to cope with, right? Because they're out of Jersey and they want to tell themselves everything's great. So the first thing that they do is just call home, call friends, call family, and say, yeah, everything's so cheap. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's cheap for a reason, right? So it's a major cope to say everything's so cheap. It's cheap because people aren't fighting to be in that location. Here in Jersey, we still have crazy bidding wars on houses because very few people want to leave in reality, and it's a lot of people want to be here. Cope number 2 that people will say is like it's less congested, and Jersey is congested, but I've been to other cities. Everywhere gets congested, especially around rush hour, especially when the kids go to and from school. So it's not that bad, right? Like just plan your going out accordingly, and you should be fine in New Jersey. Like the congestion is real, but it's real everywhere. So it's kind of an unfair cope in my opinion. And the third cope that people will have when they're out of state finally is like, oh yeah, the people are just so nice where I am now. But being from Jersey, when you go to a place where people are nice all the time, that starts feeling very fake and it feels weird. And Personally, I lived in California for 6 years, and I needed to get the heck out of California. Like, it was great, amazing weather, good job, and everything, but everything that I'm describing to you here happened to me, and it happens to people who leave New Jersey all the time. And so how do you face the reality of this mistake? You end up making rash decisions in the place that you are now. People will start looking at you weird because you want to go back to Jersey, all sorts of stuff. So it is a little sad that you want to get the heck out of where you are. So you'll start looking for other places. Maybe if you have roommates wherever you went, you'll start looking for studios or one bedrooms so that you can have a little bit of peace and quiet and focus on yourself. Other people will try to move back to Jersey, and this is the biggest problem. When you leave New Jersey, the real estate appreciates so fast here right now, and it's not crazy fast like Austin 2021, but it's just so consistent. And you leave Jersey for a few years, you come back, you're probably priced out of the market, especially with where interest rates are now. If you left in 2021 and you bought at a 3% interest rate in some cheap place, let's say North Carolina, and you want to come back here, you can't afford it. You just cannot afford it. You can't afford anything decent. You could afford to live in a low quality school system town or something like that, maybe, but even still, it's going to be very hard to afford, and you're probably not going to be too happy with the equivalent things that you can find compared to what you have. So you end up getting stuck, or you end up moving back to New Jersey, but moving far away from your ideal place in New Jersey, such as Bergen County. So you'll end up moving to Passaic County, Sussex County. Some reason people like to move to Essex County. More power to them. Go for it. Not saying you actually would be priced out of Essex County, maybe Morris County. So it's weird, right? You end up moving back to Jersey and then still missing and craving the life that you used to have, because in New Jersey, location is huge. It's a huge thing. And so I just kind of want to say what this means for New Jersey real estate on the whole. The thing about New Jersey real estate is that it's not like everywhere else. We live in this little bubble. All the land is developed. In order for these new townhouses and apartment complexes to go up, they're buying perfectly functional real estate, like single family houses, entire neighborhoods, and they're knocking them down. It's not like a blank field like in Texas where they just like put up a new development. No, these are all existing infrastructure that has to be bought for a huge premium and knocked down. I see townhouses going up in towns like Paramus. What they're doing is they're allowing the nurseries, which are the plant stores, to get rezoned, and some developer will be a sneaky guy and he'll come in, buy this plant place and get a variance from the town or some kind of approval from the town to build a townhouse complex and sell each townhouse luxury, Paramus townhouses for like $1.5 million, whatever the heck they're selling for. So that's like the only new construction, and it ain't cheap. It is nice new construction. Typically, there are plenty of crappy new constructions in New Jersey, but we don't have too many big builders. We have more locally owned builders, private businesses, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. So at the end of the day, what they're all doing is they're buying single family houses that they can get for a steal, whether it burnt down, whether it's completely dilapidated, whether it's not taken care of, distressed properties. They're buying them. You can buy one for $800,000, and they call it a lot. They'll buy a house for $800,000 and they'll call it a lot. So back to the point, what does this mean for New Jersey real estate? It means that if you move out of New Jersey, what you're doing is opening up a space for like at least 3 people who want to get in. They're going to fight. They're going to pay more than you used to pay for that place. You're going to say good riddance. A couple years later down the line, you're going to be like, dang, I want to go back to New Jersey. And you look at the prices and you are just, your mind is blown. So that's the problem with New Jersey real estate. That's the biggest problem with New Jersey that people don't talk about. Once you leave New Jersey, you end up wanting to come back. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Plenty of you guys are going to absolutely take a load on Jersey. I understand that. But those of you who have experience, who are from New Jersey, I really do want to hear your experience and how happy you are in your new place. I know a lot of people are happy. I've seen it, but I've seen probably 2 out of 3 people end up wanting to come back to New Jersey. And comment down below. I'm curious to see how that aligns with what I see and what you have experienced. Thank you guys for watching this video. Tyler Sellers, Check out all my information and links down below. And I appreciate you guys watching this video.